Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mateo Beagle, content producer at TOC Worldwide, and we are joined today by Francisco Blanquer, Innovation and Development Senior Manager at Terminal Link, which is part of CMA CGM, and Chairman of the Operations Council at TIC 4.0. Hi, Francisco. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Mateo. Good morning.
Morning. Well, this is just going to be a very quick interview that is going to be a sort of sneak peek to know a little bit more about the work that TIC 4.0 is doing in terms of developing digital standards for the industry, which are so necessary right now. So, Francisco, let's get started. I would first like to ask you, what is exactly TIC 4.0 and what is its goal?
Well, TIC 4.0 is an association that represents a big part of the port terminal industry, included but not limited to terminal operators, service providers, manufacturers, software developers, technology providers for terminals, and others that have the aim of creating the language to full digitalize our industry. Mainly within the terminal, but also with our clients.
Yeah, I see. That's very interesting. And then going to the core subject, what is the importance of creating a standardized data exchange language across the maritime and logistics sector?
Well, we are reaching the limits of human capacity in doing our job. Yes, of course, we do our best, but we have a limit. The next step in the evolution of the terminals need a level of digital tools that cannot be achieved without full digitalization. These new tools are based on data, but data is just a digital representation of a reality. There are many ways to represent the same reality, but the software and the people cannot work with an unlimited amount of formats and data representations. It is just very expensive and complex. Here is where standardized the data exchange language is critical. If we limit the number of possible ways to represent the reality in a digital format, better if just we have one, the same software can be used in many terminals interconnected with many other software or devices. Same for people. Learn one language is not easy. Imagine learn one data language per service provider or software or machine is just impossible. So we really want to use all the potential of the data we need. If we really want to use it, we need a common digital language.
Right. Yeah, I think I fully understand, especially when you compare it to learning a new language, and it is not easy. And speaking of which, what would you say are the main challenges laying ahead?
The complexity. The reality is super complex. Think about this. How can you describe with figures, with numbers, what is doing a crane or a process or a person or even a berth or a yard or a gate or a complete terminal? There are many ways to see the reality with a lot of subjects that are doing actions or being things. And for each of these actions, you can observe many properties in many units from a present, now, actual, or a future point of view. So represent this complexity in such a way that machines and humans can understand is not easy. So I always say it's complex and we have to make it easier.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there is a lot of work ahead to make this possible, but seems very interesting. Just to finalize on these challenges, how can we sort this out? And what do we need to learn?
Well, TIC 4.0 resolve this problem from the human perspective. It's human-centered. The ontology, the language we use, is based on the human language adapted for machines.
course.
So the humans will have to learn a basic grammar. And the machines will have to implement a translator from its own code to TIC 4.0 language. But you just implement one, this. In this way, everybody, humans and machines, will talk the same language. The good thing is that the language can be used in many formats. For humans, speaking, writing, normal speaking, and for machines, you can use Modbus, Profibus, CANbus, or PCUA, MQTT, JSON, XML. It doesn't matter. We don't need to fit one format only with this new language. There is a very simple logic behind all this. As any grammar in any language, you need to learn the grammar. You only have to combine basic elements to create a sentence that will define the meaning of the data. So with one sentence, that is the name of the data, you will know what is that data. And that is the thing you have to learn and you have to program in the machine.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of makes sense because then it's basically making the sort of like machine language understandable for us humans, if I'm correct.
The key point is that imagine that you are able to read the machine language. That is the most stronger point of TIC.
Right.
Humans and machines talking together.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense for me. Of course, I'm not a specialist, but I think that's why it's so important that for the workshop that you're going to be imparting during TOC Europe, it is very key that all of you experts in digitalization, chief digital officers, technical managers, digitalization specialists, that you join us at this workshop within the scope of TOC Europe, because this will help bring our industry forward. Just a reminder to all of you that TOC Europe will be taking place from the 14th to the 16th of June in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. And we look forward to seeing you there and learn more from you, Francisco, and from the work that TIC 4.0 is doing, and to continue bringing the industry forward.
See you there to talk TIC.
Yeah, let's talk TIC. And thank you so much, Francisco, for your time. And thank you all. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.